Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sir Cork. You're listening to the You Are Hope Transparent Town Hall. It is started a little bit late tonight because I was hung up at the veterinarian's office with my poor doggage who has a problem in his ear. 7:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That makes it 11:20 p.m. UTC 0. And what we're going to talk about tonight is fundraising and time management. I work pretty hard. I'm a partner in a software company that's international in its nature and has teams in different parts of the world that I have to work with at different parts of the day and night. I run a 24/7 streaming operation here on Steam with the SteemStar network, and I run a 24/7 operating in 12 countries, multiple time zones, all around the world charity, the YouAreHOPE Foundation. I signed up for all these jobs. I invented two of them. Actually, the software company was a mutual invention with a friend. So really, I created all this work for myself, but as a result of creating it all and trying to do too much, now I'm not doing enough of anything. The number one thing that I need to focus on is fundraising. Fundraising is tricky for me on the network because while it would seem fairly easy, you put up a post, you ask for money, people vote on it or donate straight into our account. Here's what I've discovered. I've discovered that we have, as I expected, more needs in the world than we have money in the world to fulfill those needs. The second thing is that I have a limited network. I have around 2,500 followers on Steam, 2,300, something like that. But I can't keep asking the same people for money all the time. And as generous as the community has been, I'm going to eventually exhaust the community around me and ask them for money too many times. Which, of course, everyone's wonderful and generous and wants to participate in all the projects that we do, which have all been amazing and touched hundreds and hundreds of lives, if not over thousands. But when it comes down to it, I'm asking the same people for money every time I put up a post in the same network of people around me that are constantly getting hammered with requests for help. And I need your help. I need the 500 of you that are members of the YouAreHOPE Discord who have opted to join our community, suggested to me upon your arrival that you wanted to be a part of the YouAreHOPE movement, the YouAreHOPE Foundation's work, and that you've suggested to me that you'd like to help in some way. Well, here's how you can help. I need all 492 of you, or whatever the exact number is, to re-steam the project posts that we put up, to upvote the project posts that we put up, and to re-steam the fundraising posts that not only we put up, but other communities put up on our behalf. When you see those things, when I tag you with everyone, I don't do it lightly and I don't do it often. Might happen a couple times a week that I tag everyone in the server, but when I do, I'm putting in a request for funding via a post one of our agents of hope has made or I've made, or I'm putting in an announcement about a success story that we need to tell to the world. So tonight I'm here to kind of tell you I'm overwhelmed and overworked and I need a little help, but I'm also here to ding you a little bit for being 492 people who all opted to come and be a part of this community, but then I rarely see you, and I need you. This won't work without the power and generosity of the community. This effort won't fly without air beneath its wings, and you are that air. So you should have sound in Discord, Patrice. If you don't have sound in Discord, please let me know. I've been talking the whole time. So, no sound, really? Is that what I have to deal with now? Okay, so I'll fix that. So let me go in here and bounce the bot, which I can do by typing a couple of commands in our bot control room. The player is not playing, it says, so let's see if it starts playing for you momentarily. According to the instructions, it's playing in the listening room. So please tell me if you can hear me. That explains why Carrie Allen left as soon as I was asking her if she could hear me. So can you hear me now? There you go. So I need to get more people who know how to work the bot because basically it wasn't you, Patrice, it was me. Or us, or the server, or the fact that I left my house for 5 minutes and everything stopped working without me, which is kind of what this episode's about. I run the station, and I do have some help in the radio station now with SteemStar.net. I've got a couple people who can back me up when things aren't working. But in YouAreHOPE, even with the agents of hope who are out on the ground delivering the missions, I don't have any much help. I have, Fishy Culture, who helps me write the Thursday reports, and I'm going to lean on Fishy Culture to help me write some more reporting. But we're not getting the reporting done. We're not getting the success stories told far enough and wide enough. We're not getting the fundraising announcements out far enough and wide enough. And I'm just one man who's beating up his 2,300 person followers. But I need all 492 of you to be doing this too, especially those of you that are high profile. When I scroll down through the list of people who are members of the YouAreHOPE server and the SteemStar network server, who have taken advantage of or enjoyed the services of the radio station or participated in producing those services, or the people who are in the YouAreHOPE server who always want to come to me with their posts and their links that I diligently stop what I'm doing and go click on and vote on and let my day be interrupted by 100 times, 100,000 times a day by people who want me to help them. I'm turning to you now and I'm saying quite clearly, I need you to help me. And you're not helping me, by the way. You're helping the children in Venezuela or in Ghana or in Nigeria or Puerto Rico or the Philippines or Sri Lanka or India. So when you see those everyone tags happen and somebody writes to me and says, don't use the everyone tag, I don't like those tags as much as anybody. I'm in 60 discords. I get pinged all day by people misusing everyone and all and here on those servers to announce their latest, entry in a contest they want to win. That's not my problem. My problem is that when I use it judiciously, and it is a charity server. We aren't pushing spam. We're pushing urgent needs around the world that we need your help with. That you volunteered to join the server and indicated to me that in person most of the time that you wanted to participate. How can you help? Well, I'm here to tell you the way you can help is help us get the word out. When I put up a post like one today for Melos, who wants to repair the playground at the school to keep the kids from getting hurt at a place where they need to use the funds that they would use for the playground to feed the children instead, I need that to get re-steamed. I need people to see that. It's not going to happen because everybody comes and puts a heart icon underneath the link. So get that sucker re-steamed. Get that sucker out in front of your followings. Get that post out onto the network. It's only got about a 24-hour window before it's suppressed in the feeds anyway. We all know how this place works. Things have to happen in real time. So I'm counting on you guys, the nearly 500 of you who have showed up and said, we want to stand shoulder to shoulder with you, we want to stand side by side with you, to actually do what you're there to do. Or this isn't going to work. I can't do it by myself. So there's where I open the show. I don't have too many people here right now. If those of you that are here could somehow let your friends know that we're on the air. I did start late. I apologize for that. I didn't get a post out today to let people know that it would be a show, but it's on the schedule. It happens every week. And it didn't happen for a couple weeks while I was overseas, and here we are again. We're going to be back every Tuesday night with Navarez, then myself, and then Patrice. So please make it a part of your week to stop in and see what the news is if you are truly interested in helping out with YouAreHOPE. Beyond that, I don't have a lot on my mind. We had some good successes and some good wins this week. We've got some new requests open for funding. I've got some people I'm bringing into the platform to do even bigger projects that are joining the platform because I've been publishing on Facebook as well, and they're involved in charitable causes there that overlap with ours. So just to jump over into the news channel in the YouAreHOPE server, take a look at what's been happening in the last week or so. I know that Fishy Culture has been getting out the Thursday reports in my absence. I've noticed that donations have tapered off in my absence because I haven't been out asking for them, and no one else is either. Feel free at any time. Excuse me, I knew that sneeze was coming. Feel free at any time to make a fundraising post and raise funds for YouAreHOPE. That wallet's open 24/7 and can receive income. It has 174 Steam in it right now. That's not enough to do very much, when one of our projects tends to average around 100 Steam or more. But I have projects lined up out the door. As you can well imagine, I've got needs all over the world. People are always hungry. People are always starving. People are always cold or hot or hungry, sick or dying or in need of things in their life that we consider fundamental in some of the Western civilization, countries. But I need you guys to be more proactive. I need to sit here and beg to you, if I guess that's what it takes, to get you thinking, hey, how can I contribute some money to YA today? How can I help YouAreHOPE further its missions? How can I help the agents of hope who are posting the needs? How can I can help by getting the word out. I can help by making a donation. I can help by making a delegation. I can help by encouraging others to do that. And there's a few of you who do a fine job. Engine Witty with the Alliance and Michael David with Sneaky Ninja. You know, these guys are doing good stuff. They're making contributions to the cause. And right now they're carrying the cause. I've put so much money out of my own pocket into it that I've not taken much money out from my own pocket. So have our agents of hope. In each case, some of the poorest people on the platform who came to me for help, became helpers, are now giving what they earn here when they could be using it to buy food for their own families too. Now I know out of the 492 odd members of the YouAreHOPE Discord, some of you are eating real well today. And you could spare that Starbucks coffee change, that $3 or $4, or that post reward. Because honestly, for you, this is a lark. But for some people on this platform, this is the only way they will eat today at all. And that meal will be substandard at best. So we're doing everything we can to help those people get to the platform, learn how to use the platform. Where we can, we're promoting Steam. The project with the playground will include a giant mural that includes the Steam logo, minnows and fish and dolphins, as part of a school playground mural. And then people will come along and they'll read the plaque next to that explains what the mural is about. And it'll explain that Steam paid for the playground in Venezuela. That the generosity of the community here made that happen. But I need the community to be a tad more generous. Not just in giving money, but in spreading the word, as I've said repeatedly throughout the last few minutes. So, looking at the news channel, some things that happened this week since I got back from my world tour include the gift of a song from Nahupuku and his girlfriend, who recorded a song called the YouAreHOPE song. And I'm not sure I'm prepared to play that right now the way I've rushed into my setup, but I'll play it in future shows and potentially make it part of the theme. But you can check it out with a post that's in the YouAreHOPE news channel of just a few days ago. We've had the launching of the Steam It Kids Foundation in Ghana has a new shirt, which includes the YouAreHOPE logo on it. The YouAreHOPE logo is now on backpacks on children in South Africa, and not South Africa, the country, Sub-Saharan Africa and Ghana and Nigeria. Kids are wearing our logo. People are wearing our logo on their shirts. They're making Steam It shirts and including the YouAreHOPE logo around the world in multiple countries. Venezuela and some of the African countries are doing that. The Philippines have done it. The logo's getting out there. The name's getting out there. Everybody's heard of it. They love to talk about it. But I need to see some action. I need to see people re-steaming these stories. Re-steaming like a lot more than is happening now. When I put up a post asking for money and 2 people re-steam it and 3 people donate out of 500,000 users and 500 members in our community, that doesn't excite me, that disappoints me. Why did you join the YouAreHOPE Discord? What were you expecting to get from it? An upvote bot? We don't have one. We're here to upvote the orphans together. So I'm a little, I guess you could say I'm ticked off. You probably hear it in my voice. I'm a little upset that in 5 months, 500 people, the same 5 people are the only ones doing anything and everybody else is just talking. I don't know what to do about that. I can't demand people be charitable. But 500 people volunteered and joined the group to be charitable and then disappeared. So where are you? Where are the people that should be listening to this show, taking part in our decision making, taking part in guidance and oversight? It's a transparent charity, but nobody's looking. I find that a little frustrating. Continuing the news. We had the final update on the cleanup of the village in Nigeria that was overrun by flooding and malaria and mosquitoes. Not only have we mitigated the work there through the very, very hard-working efforts of Ada Yodeji and his crew, but also I've gotten follow-up since then that isn't published, where some of the people who live in that village have been texting Ada Yodeji their gratitude. It's been just heartwarming to see messages in broken English that say the mosquitoes are gone and the water subsided and we can walk in our own village streets again safely. And although we lost a baby and nearly lost the mother, we're on our way to recovery now, and that's thanks to you. That's pretty amazing. So we're out here doing the work with what little bit of funding we have, pouring money in of my own that I don't necessarily have. But that story is well documented in the news channel. You can go look at that. Then you can see how Katrina Ariel talks about giving on the chain in her article and mentions YouAreHOPE. And there are people, I don't want to say this is unilateral. It's not everyone. There's, like I said, there's 4 or 5 people that really work hard to promote this effort, to promote the causes, to promote the needs and the fundraising. But I need 400 or 500 of you doing it. I really need that. Sneaking Ninja, super support from Sneaking Ninja, the bot, where we get a share of every bidding round of a bid bot deposited directly into YouAreHOPE. Every 2.5 hours or so, I see a small amount of money arrive, just change, but it adds up. It's that simple. Find a place where you can round off your dollars, so to speak, and if you're spending 97 cents, spend 3 cents on us. It really will pile up if all of you start doing it, and we need it badly. We've got efforts that we could be performing in Kenya right now to help widowed women start a business. You see, in Kenya, women who lose their husbands don't receive an inheritance, but they're often left with children, and they usually don't work. It's difficult for them to get jobs. People won't hire them because they're women in the first place. Second, because they're widows with children. And third, because generally they aren't as well educated if they got married young and didn't finish any kind of a degree program or go to a university or any of that. So you've got this group of women that are in dire need in Kenya that are sort of overlooked by the society and culture there. And there's an American church in Tennessee that a friend of mine attends through Facebook that I've grown up with this woman since we were 4 years old. I've known the woman. Came to me and said, we're doing these missions for these women in Kenya. Can you help? Well, I had to tell her, first of all, you need to sign up at Steam. So she did. And she got her account a couple days ago and hasn't been in touch with me yet since she got her account established to learn more. But at the end of the day, I'm bringing people in. I'm bringing projects in. I'm bringing in both people that can help us grow YouAreHOPE and that need us. But I'm always bragging about the generosity of the community and the nature of this community, which loves to talk about YouAreHOPE in the posts, but then I don't see any actual action happening. I see people put up a post and tell people in their downline, hey, here's this great thing that's happening. Here's the proof. Here's where you can donate. I'll get comment after comment down on the bottom. It says, oh, I can't wait to help. I can't wait to donate. I can't wait. Well, I'm waiting. Not seeing the results. It's disappointing. Makes me wonder if I should continue, and I know that I should. I know that we've only been at this since October, November, December, January, February, March, 6 months. If that, and that it takes time to establish these things. But when I go on the network and I see people using the YouAreHOPE tag all over the place, especially people I've never even heard of, all of them seeking help, but nobody helping nearly as much as I expected them to. It makes me wonder if this idea is even viable. So I need feedback on that. Going back to the news, we see some more donation, delegation, and proof of payment information from Hazim91, who just joined into the YouAreHOPE system. He's actually talking about a different fundraiser that happened outside of YouAreHOPE, but I put the news in because he's joined with us now. Then I see some new stuff from one of our best and brightest and first, Rennie Malos 10, and his mother and father, his father and stepmother, just to be accurate, posting that they're doing work by going door to door in poor neighborhoods in Venezuela. And then they brought in the project for the playground, where this school desperately needs its playground updated. It's flat dangerous. There's broken equipment, hard ground. Children get injured there in a school that can't afford to fix this safety hazard because they're using the money to buy basic food to feed the children once per day. So I'm looking at what's in the news. I'm looking at the opportunities. I'm looking at the need, and I'm seeing a gap. between what I'm trying to achieve, what 492 of you seem to want to support by signing up in the Discord, and the actual results. We've done a lot. I doubt we've raised 10,000 US dollars in 6 months. I doubt we've raised five. I haven't actually gotten time to do the math. That's another problem. We're not reporting well because I don't have time. I need help. I need staffing help. I need reporting help. I need fundraising help. I need project administration help. I need help. So out of the 492 of you that could potentially be already helping, signed up in the Discord, I need to know why you're there. What is it you are wanting from us that you came to the Discord for? If we're not providing that, maybe we can do better to encourage you to help us. I see that Patrice is commenting we need easier benefactor rewards in the browser. Yeah, and I actually have a plugin, I think it's called Steam Plus, and it seems like I saw a benefactor setting at the bottom of a post I was making so that I could share the rewards. And that's maybe a good idea, but what I need is flat donations. I need money coming into the wallet to do the thing, to do all the things. Everyone says they want to donate in their posts and in their comments, but then those things don't seem to actually happen. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know what I'm going to talk about for the next 20 minutes either, really. I've kind of beat this horse. You've got the point. And I'm glad I don't have to do a whole hour tonight because I'm really not prepared with a topic and I didn't drag in enough audience members to create a topic. I see that we do have Deranged Divisions, someone I'm not sure I've met, and in the now, who's someone who is one of our major donors, our biggest donor possibly, maybe second, thanks to the BidBot now being the biggest donor. But in the now, who has done the work, who has spread the message, who built a charity of his own and found these same issues. The charity just wasn't really working on the chain. Now, that particular charity involved a whole lot of offline effort that I can see why it might not work here, but when they decided to discontinue it, they brought all of their funding to us. All the money that they had raised, they donated to YouAreHOPE because it was donations for charity and they couldn't just personally keep it, which I thought was super admirable. So in the now, a shout out to you and thank you again for today's very, very large donation. Significant. Just so you know, the donation you made today in the now is larger than the sum of all donations made in the last 30 days by everyone. So you're pretty amazing, and thank you very much for that. It's going to probably go straight to this park project in Venezuela while I try to raise much, much larger funds to the tune of 10x that for the Kenyan Women's Project. Hello, Deranged Divisions. Where are you from? I don't know that we've met unless you're just using a new nickname, and let me give you the audience roles so that you have all the rights, which aren't really that much. You're from Utah. Awesome. Another American. Welcome. Glad to see you. How'd you find out about the show? Given that I forgot, or didn't forget, but had no time to get an announcement post out today and haven't been on the air in 3 weeks. So you just popped in and caught a show at random. Well, great. You got your name shouted out on the radio. See how magic works? Got Deranged Divisions from Utah. Deranged Visions. It's not Deranged Divisions. Deranged Visions. My vision's poor, but I see it. Pretty much famous now. Yep, you're pretty much famous now. 3 people have heard your name. Normally we have around 15 or 20 people at these radio shows, and sometimes as many as 40 or 50. But that, again, it seems like on Steam, if you don't get smacked in the face with it within a 5-minute window, you're going to miss it. It's the biggest problem with this platform whatsoever. We put up the fundraising posts. They're useful for about 24 hours. We put up the great success stories. Nobody sees them and knows what we've done. Every day I encounter people who have no idea what we've accomplished in YouAreHOPE, despite the fact that I see it mentioned all the time. I see the tag all the time. It's interesting, though, because most of the time when I see that, it's kind of aimless. It's like somebody will write a post about birds in a tree and then stick the YouAreHOPE tag on the end of it. I don't quite know what's going on with that. I'm glad they want to support us, but at least please put in the bottom of the post, I'm a big fan of YouAreHOPE. Please help us get these things done. We've touched hundreds of lives in dozens of countries. Go and give. We have to ask, or it's not going to happen. So, any questions from the three of you about what I'm talking about? Suggestions for me? I need to find more people that have been involved in fundraising charities and talk with them about how they resolve the problem of always fishing in the same pond. So we help out in Kenya. You think that's what you heard? Well, actually, Deranged Visions, we have not done yet any work in Kenya, but we are about to. I actually have 3 opportunities in Kenya to do work. We've done work in Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Philippines, India, Puerto Rico, and Venezuela. And apparently I have a cold. So bear with me while I sneeze my way through the show. Maybe it's an allergy if I'm lucky. So we haven't done the work in Kenya yet, but I've known a woman since I was 4 years old. She's a twin sister. I've known her and her sister since we were in preschool. And she came to me the other day after a Facebook post about the village in Nigeria where we cleaned up the malaria-ridden flooding. And she said, I'm going to Kenya in March. We're going to do these 3 missions. I know that she goes to Africa every year. In fact, years ago, I sat on a beach when she visited my Florida home that I used to live in during a conference she was attending. And we sat on the beach and she told me about her mission work in Africa. And I said to her, I'm envious of you. And I wish that I knew how to get involved in that kind of mission work. I would love to go to Africa. Well, all these years later, she's come to me because now I've built a worldwide charity that can help her in Africa. Conversations that you have years apart coming full circle. Well, she's joined the platform. Her name is Celeste. She's going to be under the username CDFips. And she hasn't blogged anything yet or started yet. But she just got her approval like 2 days ago and clicked it. And we both work full time. It's very hard to catch each other, but we're working on that. She has 3 programs in Kenya. In Kenya, the thing that I just described for the widows who need some kind of income, they're going to establish a catering business. They're going to equip the catering business, and they're going to provide everything from the pots and pans to the plates and silverware, that flatware that is needed for these women to go out and produce a catering business. The second project that they have going there, I find amusing just because it's sort of strange. They are going to establish a peanut butter factory. That's right, a peanut butter factory. Apparently there's an abundance of peanuts, but there's no processing going on. And there's equipment that can be bought and canning equipment that can be bought to enable these women to not only run their catering business, which of course can be seasonal and unpredictable in its level of business, but as an adjunct when they establish the kitchens for this catering company, they can also create this peanut butter manufacturing facility, which is needed. And peanut butter, of course, on the World Health Organization list of some of the best food you can provide in a disaster situation, because it's high in protein, it's easy to store and contain and use. Doesn't need cooking. Peanut butter is like a meat replacement in a way that's much, much easier to work with when trying to distribute it. So the idea is that they're going to not only create hope, in the form of help, opportunity, purpose, and empowerment, our acronym HOPE, for these women by giving them a business that they can sustain and run and bring future women into that find themselves in this needful condition. But they'll also have the peanut butter factory to kind of even out the uneven nature of a catering business. So I'm seeing that's 2 projects in Kenya, and the third project is just more with schools and children and orphans, so more of the same. School supplies, hygiene equipment, toothbrushes, food. So I'm seeing that Deranged Visions is telling me that he spent the summer in Tanzania doing some work with a nonprofit. I say he, could be a she. This person in Utah, Deranged Visions, spent the summer in Tanzania doing some work with a nonprofit. It's a guy. It's confirmed. He's checked down in his pants. He's got the guy bits. We're building a school, helping them get fresh water piped into the village, teaching their local business owners how to run their business better, and we did work in the medical clinics. But business students out of college in their senior year to mentor the business owners, that may be a good idea for the peanut butter factory as well. That is exactly what's going on over there at Deranged. They are Americans who are going to the same areas every year and developing these areas. So over the years, I know they've built schools, they've built churches, they've built other business ideas up. The concept here is not to go give people fish. And that's a big part of the You Are Hope philosophy as well. Yes, we do go into an orphanage and drop 250 kilograms of food and toothbrushes and book bags and backpacks. We do give stuff away. But we try to choose the projects that allow a people to move forward in the whole cliche of it's better to teach a man to fish so he can fish for his whole lifetime than to give him a fish once so he'll eat right now. We're trying to do both. We're trying to get a fish to the guy so he's not hungry and then empower him to learn how to fish and teach others to fish beyond that. So the idea of setting up this catering business, you might think, what's a charity doing building a company? Well, you have to step back from this for a minute. First, we're going to give a fish to these women. We're going to get them fed. Then we're going to help them establish a business they can run themselves that in turn will feed future needful women and bring them into the business and give them an opportunity. Hope is help, opportunity, purpose, and empowerment. Melos 10, Rennie, his real name Rennie, Melos 10, screen name. My co-founder and the first person we did charitable work with on a regular basis in Venezuela, who comes from the parkour athletic world, which has its own set of philosophies in the same way that martial arts do, brought me the phrase, be strong to be useful. You got to be strong to be useful. So we need to empower people by feeding them right off the bat, but we're not going to be able to feed them forever, so we need to teach them how to feed themselves and feed others. That's what we do. So you're right, we do bring out people who can help consult, with them. Generally speaking, the people who are our agents of hope are a step up from the average citizen around them. I mean, they're the ones who are on Steam already, right? And they're like us, early adopters, smart kids. And I say kids because I'm 50 and most of them are in their 20s. But they're going out there and they're seeing these opportunities to help. And when they go, they do more than just give a fish. They go back and they help the people in the village to not only establish proper drainage and prevent the buildup of floodwaters so that the malaria-ridden mosquitoes don't grow there. They teach them how to mosquito net their homes and how to teach other people how to keep the garbage out of their yard that, accumulates these bacteria and creates the malaria mosquitoes environments. And they're teaching as much as they're giving in almost every case. Take Mr. Akpan in Lagos when he brought the book bags and the backpacks and pencils and pens and paper and such to 130 children at 3 underprivileged schools out in the outback or the countryside around Lagos, the city. He made the kids write an essay. He didn't just give them a backpack and say, here, your great white benefactors in America sent you this backpack so they could feel good about themselves. Maybe that's what happened. But what happened was he went in there and he said, all right, kids, we're going to have a contest today, and we're going to write about why we love Africa, our continent, our country, Nigeria. Write something about what you love about living here, and we'll give the best essays these things. He made them earn it. Now, of course, in the true spirit of giving, every kid managed to earn one. Imagine that. But it was still set up in a way that the kids were not being given charity, but rather participating in an event where they spoke about their love of culture, country, and home, and were rewarded with something they desperately needed anyway. At no time was a child made to feel like he was just being given something without deserving it in some way. They gave the kids the feeling of contribution, of having done something to earn what we gave them. I think that's great. We don't do that in every case, in every place, and especially not with adults who know they're being given something. That would be a silly game to play. But in children, we try to instill some sense of duty, some sense of honor, and some sense of being strong to be useful. Some kind of meandering. I came in late, hot and on fire with the brakes burning up, trying to get to the microphone in time. Started late. Got a few people who've managed to come in now. Hopefully, Patrice, you managed to get out an announcement that your show's coming on. If not, you might want to do that right now. And let people know that Trash Talk will be on in 6 minutes. And that you'll be able to hear from Patrice about Spaminator and the various efforts that have been going on this week in combating grief on the platform. But my grief on the platform today is about us. It's about us as a community kind of failing. We're 500 of us, and with 500 people, shoot, if each of us just put in one Steam a month, the people that are a member of the YouAreHOPE, the member of the YouAreHOPE Discord, if every one of you just put in one Steam a month, I wouldn't be having to do this tirade right now. And if every one of you put in one Steam and one re-Steam a month of a YouAreHOPE initiative post, we'd be in much better shape. But it seems like there's only 4 or 5 of us just talking to each other and asking the same followers over and over again to help us. And that's a sure recipe for us to fizzle right out. So please, people, when you hear this recording, rush over to YouAreHOPE, find the latest news article in the YouAreHOPE news channel, and re-Steam it. Vote on it. Maybe make a $1 donation. The difference it would make could change thousands of lives. And that's the honest to God truth. I think that at this point, I see some comments again here. Let's see. Deranged Visions makes an odd comment I don't understand and then says, that's what the nonprofit I was with did also. We gave them tools to help themselves for the future. I can get you in contact with the ones I went with if you need help on ideas on fundraising and how they fund their work. I went as their photographer. If you want to get in contact with anything, let me know. Well, thank you for the offer, DV, Deranged Visions. I do appreciate that. It will be interesting to see how they fundraise, but unless they're fundraising strictly in cryptocurrency on a blockchain, the problem is a little slightly different to solve. I know how to raise dollars. I definitely know how to raise money. The problem is here, I only have one option. We only work in Steam, okay? And there's reasons for that, right? So they don't do crypto fundraising. It's much easier to get dollars out of people's hands. But the cryptos, which you'd think would be simpler, are not. It's a different mindset, different mentality. You've got everybody thinking hold, hold, hold. And then the values are fluctuating. So yes, the work that I have done with my child back when she was little and in the Girl Scouts and stuff, fundraising was pretty easy. Here on the blockchain, we limit ourselves a little bit in the ways that we can. But the big thing is that we need to spread the word. I need YouAreHOPE to be the most prevalent thing on the platform, bigger than Utopian.io. I mean, I need this thing to be viral. Not only that, I need it to somehow break off the chain and not from I always will be chain-based. I've done shows about that. We will always be transparent on the blockchain and we'll always work only in cryptocurrencies. We'll never deal in fiat or governments or taxes or any of that bullshit bureaucracy. We're not going there. That's the whole point. We're decentralized. But I would love to see this thing get on the cover of Time magazine as the world's first fully transparent, 100% fund applied, decentralized charity. It hasn't been done before. It's fucking world news, and no one's telling the world. That's where I'm looking at you guys, all 500 of you, to start that fire. I can't do it alone. 2 minutes left in the show. In and Now says, you're welcome. I thanked him for the big donation today. He's catching up. He's going to start a weekly post for fundraising. As far as suggestions go, you need to delegate some of the work. That's the truth. A help wanted post. I need help to make a help wanted post. I work 26 to 36 hours at a time before I take an hour to 2 hour nap. Today is Tuesday. I have not slept since Sunday morning. I'm not joking. Sometimes I eat. I run an international company, an international charity, and an international streaming station. If I'm not promoting one of our efforts, I'm performing one of our efforts. If I'm not in meetings, usually with my day job, which run 24/7 since we have staff all around the world, then I'm talking one-on-one with somebody. I have made this plea before, and I'll make it again in my last minute. For the 500 of you that belong in the YouAreHOPE Discord and the 400 or 500 of you that are in the SteemStar Network Discord, there seems to be this strange phenomena that about 150 of you need to talk to me personally one-on-one every single day, usually just to say hello and socialize. And I love that you love me, and I love you too. But do you not realize you are one person taking 10 minutes of my time, that there are 1,000 of you? And as a witness, I get random inquiries all the time too. I do not go initiate one-on-one conversations with other people. I don't use my telephone in real life. Maybe I'm weird, but I'm trying to be cognizant of other people's time. If I need someone for something, I send them a message that usually is allowed some time delay, like, hey, get back to me when you can. Call me when you've got a chance. But I never just go interrupt people's day just to shoot the shit, unless it just coincidentally happens that we're sitting on that bus seat together and have time. So I find it interesting that there's this culture, a certain segment of the platform where the only way they communicate with people is one-on-one and direct messages. Who's got time for that? Do any of you? I don't know how this works, because maybe it's me being rude, but I don't have time for 1,000 one-on-one conversations every day. Come into the public discords. Commune in the communities. I'll see you there. I'll say hello. It's hard to voice that, because I'm basically telling people that love me and that I love not to talk to me. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not getting shit done. If you want to talk to me, use that time to put up a post about YouAreHOPE. You'll get a comment from me. You'll hear my voice, I promise. I see every tag, every mention, every word, because I use GinaBot. And that brings us to the top of the hour. GinaBot tells me it's time for Patrice to be on the air with Trash Talk. So, Patrice, I'm going to say thank you, everyone, for listening. We can carry on in the chat. Patrice is about to take over. Are you ready? Unmute you. Oh, you're going to broadcast through me tonight again? All right. Well, hi, Patrice. Welcome to the show. You're unmuted.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm well. Are you just going to feed through me and stay on the air right here? Or are you going to bring up your own OBS?
I brought up my own OBS.
Okay. Well, then in 2 seconds, I'm going to say sayonara, adios, shalom, aloha, goodbye, and so on. And give it to Patrice with Trash Talk. In fact, those 2 seconds are up. Take it away, Patrice. I'm hitting stop feed now.